So I just filmed a whole intro clip, and why did it stop recording? So, we're back. Hey guys, it's Peyton. It is me again. You might have not seen me in a while. Knowing me, I am a booktuber, but also a writer, and I've been writing my paranormal horror novel for the past, year and a half, and I'm ready for it to be done, but, it's a process. So, I'm on Act 2. I am about 36k into Act 2. The goal is to have 80k for my draft this round. My first draft was around 60k. So the big goal for this draft is to be able to beef it up, because a lot of the Act 2 was not there. I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing there, and I am a bit of a plantler situation, so I did plot the novel using the Save the Cat structure, but I am one of those people that once I'm in the thick of a scene, I then come up with my best ideas. So a lot of the times what I originally thought could happen ends up morphing into something that I really couldn't have figured out until I was truly writing the book, and I often get to know my characters through that first draft, so I don't know what decisions they might actually make once I'm in the book. So things change, and that's what's so exciting about working on this draft throughout this year, because I've been working on it this whole year. It's July now. I have an Act 1 that I'm pretty thrilled by. I'm excited. I mean, the difference in quality between Draft 1 and Draft 2 for my Act 1s is crazy different. So it's just really exciting to prove to myself. As someone who would write a bunch of things and then never revise it, it's really cool to see that, oh my god, if I actually put the effort in, I can make this better, and, this could be readable. And if I just take the time and really dedicate myself to this, I could maybe actually create something that I'm really proud of and hopefully could be read by people someday. That would be the dream, okay? So a little bit about my book. I keep it so close to my chest. I'm not going to lie. It really freaks me out telling people about it, and there was that whole scandal of someone telling about their book idea and then someone AI wrote it and generated it, and I hate that so bad. My main character's been haunted by ghosts her whole life. She suffers from chronic migraines, chronic pain, and that pain is connected to the spirit realm. So when she sees a ghost, she gets a migraine, and there's a lot of dead people in this world, so my main character is suffering a lot, and that is coming from a personal experience of mine, seeing ghosts, clearly. No, it's the chronic migraines. I have a lot of chronic conditions, and that is something in the past couple years has really, really shadowed my life, and has been a huge factor of just life-changing, horrible events. So this is kind of my book to be able to cope with that and explore it in a way, and it's dealing with grief, chronic pain, clearly, loss, isolation, loneliness. My character is very, very lonely, and that's something I also have very, very strong ties to. So yeah, she has to go back to her small town and maybe solve a demonic mystery with her old best friend, who's also a really cute boy. So yeah, it's a Tuesday, and the end of my workday has happened. So I was going to get a little bit of a writing sprint in. I had a really good session last night, so I'm super excited to jump in, but I did finish the scene I was on, so I'm fearful that I'm not going to be able to get that groove again. I literally have to write an obituary, which, as someone, we're going to take a dark turn. As someone who has lost 3 people, well, one of them was a dog, but both of my grandpas died within this last month, which was not a good experience. And then my childhood dog also has passed away recently. So I wrote those obituaries. So it's interesting that my book is calling for an obituary right now as one of the multimedia elements. A lot of people die in my book. So, I got to do that right now. And I don't know how that's going to go. So we'll see if I get my flow. But yeah, I'm going to leave it to it. Get to writing. Thanks for joining me on this journey.
Walk around Shelby Park after dark with a buzz in my glass. Good days end. Writing phone numbers down with a pen on the back of my hand. Do you remember when? Racing bikes to the square, carved our names on the back of the bench. I just wanna be your friend. Swisher sweets on the beach, feel the sand and the sun on our skin. Do you wanna be my friend? Do you wanna be my friend? Talk on the phone until it's 2 a.m. You told me all about your dad. Those were some good days we were living in, but we just didn't know it yet. I just wanna be your friend. Calling our final shifts, climb the fence just to go skinny dip. When did good days end? Making music for fun, filthy rich, but no money to spend. Do you remember when?
Hey guys, it's Peyton. It is July 28th, a Tuesday around 8 o'clock at night, and I updated you a couple days ago, I think. You did see some B-roll. I did go to GalaxyCon this weekend, and that was a lot of fun. I did dress up as Taylor Swift, Fearless era, so that was really fun. And then my boyfriend Kaden, he has a Travis Kelce shirt, so I forced him to wear it, and yeah, that was our cosplay, which I don't know if really counts because those are real existing people, but it's what I wanted to do, okay? Leave me alone. But I got to see my friend Lauren, who's really awesome. She actually has a YouTube channel as well, so if I remember, I will link her down below. And she dressed up as Kirby, and it was super cute, and we just had a great time, and I spent way too much money, but right now I don't regret it. I'm like trying not to look at my bank account, and yeah, whatever. But I did write yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. I did have a little writing session. I peeked in yesterday to show you my work day, but then I never showed myself last night while I was writing. I was just finishing up a scene that I had been, working on the past few sessions, and I like where it ended up. But tonight I am going to have to start a fresh new scene, and I'm a little bit daunted to do that. I love when I'm jumping into something that I'm already in the middle of. Yesterday was a good time because I got to wrap up something that I had already begun. And sometimes when I'm having a hard time getting myself to get in the zone, because I was really tired yesterday, and I'm really proud that I ended up writing 600 more words and wrapping up that scene because I really was tired. I got myself to do it, and one way that helps me to do that is rereading what I already wrote for the scene, and then just seeing oh, can I add a line here? Ooh, can I add a line here? And then naturally more and more keeps coming out to the point where I might finish the scene entirely. So that's what ended up happening, and I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to do that yesterday. But today my head hurts. It is supposed to storm very soon, and we're gonna get hit by a storm, which is great for the writing vibes, but for a migraine sufferer it's not great because it often will trigger my pain. My head hurts right now. I wouldn't call it a full-blown migraine yet, but it definitely hurts, and that's just my life. So I'm probably going to write because it's not going to get better tonight. So I don't want it to ruin my plans for today. So I'm going to try my best to see what I can do to jump in this scene. I have like an idea as well. I just did some reading to like get me ready to write some more tonight, and I was reading Seed. It's this horror novel. I think it's like by Anya Alhorn or something. I'll put the cover on the screen. So I did some reading of that. It's pretty short. I believe a demonic possession book, and I'm writing a demonic possession book. So it's good to read, things of similar genre. So I was reading that, and like I'm just picking up from that book so far. It's doing a great job of building up the suspense of this supernatural spirit that seems to have latched onto this family. And I know I'm not up to par right now with adding in these little seeds, because building up these moments is what makes later scenes that much more terrifying, is because you're not just giving it all at once. Like, we are building up to a grand finale, So there is an idea that I have for one of the earlier scenes in Act 2. I think I could add a little bit of a mini scene in there in between a couple things that could be another layer that could hopefully build up a bit of like the unnerving, like spooky stuff that's hopefully happening in this book. I want to make people a little bit nervous. I don't think my book is very scary currently, and I don't know if a book can really scare me. I haven't really read a book that has scared me, if I'm being honest. It's kind of very hard to do that when it's not a visual medium. I feel like movies can really get you sometimes because you are dealing with visuals. They have jump scares, which naturally can easily be a cheap way sometimes to scare people. But also just like the music can really build and add to suspense. So it's very difficult to like really scare me. I don't feel like I'm doing a great job right now, so I don't know. That's the takeaways that I can say, is you got to add those little nuggets. So once you really start to unveil the creature, the spirit, the ghost, it's a lot more intense and scary because you've been showing little bits and pieces. So yeah, I might work on that, or I'll just continue linearly to the next scene that I had planned. I do have pieces from draft 1 that I think I could pull from dialogue-wise, but the setting is going to be different with the characters, so I just think I'll only be able to grab a little bit from that previous version of this scene, but hopefully that could get me started to the point where I could get into the zone for tonight. So I think I need to stop yapping and give it a go and see. I'd be pleased if I could get like 500 words tonight. Like, I feel like I'm never truly satisfied unless I get like 1,000. I don't know what it is about that number, but it just feels like I accomplished something, because you're over here moving up your word count. Like, I'm at, I think, 38,000 as of last night, and like I really want to get to 40K. Like, that's exciting, and hopefully I can do that with you guys in this vlog. But I don't feel good. Like, that's part of the point of this book, is to explore like how debilitating chronic pain is and how it like ruins your life, and it's a horror itself. So, I'm a person that deals with that, so I gotta give myself grace, but I also don't want to give myself too much grace, because, this shit's never going away, and I gotta figure out a way around it so I can get my goals and dreams accomplished. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys later, and hopefully have written some words tonight. Goodbye.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you. 'Cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone. Run away from home, why don't you? 'Cause I did the same just for you. You don't know how much I love you. 'Cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
Oh my god! No, his teammate! His teammate!
So my boyfriend is playing Fortnite in the other room.
Oh my god.
Might not be the best time to film.
Grim.
Hey guys, it's me again. I have a little bit more to update since the last time I've talked to you. Today is July 30th, so that last writing session went well. I think I wrote 1,000 words, even though I was like, I'm probably not going to do that. Well, I did. I ended up doing a little bit of both of what I mentioned. I think I said I could start the next scene linearly, but I also could go back and add to a previous scene something spooky that I had the idea for to just add to the suspense. So I did both of those things, and I ended up just adding, like, I mean, not even that much to that other scene, but just enough that I think it did give us a little bit more, and I do like what I did with that, and I'm excited about it. And then for the next scene, I was able to pull mostly some dialogue that I previously wrote in draft 1 for this scene. The setting and a little bit of what the goal of the scene is a little bit different, but some of the dialogue was able to be salvaged. So I was able to take some of that and continue it on. I'm still currently in that scene. But I wanted to tell you, I wrote a little bit yesterday, like 100 words or something. So not a lot. I wanted to tell you, because I'm at 39,284, and mentally, I wanted to wrap this vlog up when I hit 40K. So it's 9:30 at night tonight. I think I could definitely get there. We're gonna see. I'm excited. It's really cool because this is like 40K words of like actual story that if I did let someone read it, like they could follow it. Am I under the delusion that this is the best version ever? No. Like, I think I'm gonna be able to continue to make this better and better. But right now, if somebody read it, because I have been pretty meticulous about rereading over things and like fixing things a little bit, I just want it to flow. Like, that's the whole goal of this draft, is to add scenes and make the plot and the story flow. So part of that for me is to make sure the language flows, but I hope in a next draft that I can really look at the language and like go into like word choice a little bit more and be more intentional with the word choice, because sometimes there might be a better word for what I'm trying to say that I just am not entirely thinking about right now, because there's still a chance that things could get deleted at this stage. So we'll see how I feel after draft 2 wraps up. But I am gonna go ahead and get into my writing session tonight. Hopefully it goes well, but I had a migraine today, and that's the whole point of this book. I took my meds, I'm mostly doing better, and I was able to eat dinner, so I'm feeling better, and I'm hopefully gonna be able to tackle this scene a little bit more. I'm not sure I'll be able to finish it. Maybe I'll finish this scene. but I'm not entirely sure how this one is going to end up. Like, I know what I need to do here, but it could go in a couple different directions on how I approach it. So we will see if I like what I do, because I'm not really sure. It's a different version than the first draft, which is good, because that one was not well done, like, at all, at least for this scene. So we'll see what happens.
Oh,
And look at that, guys. It's about an hour later and I officially hit 40,000 words for draft 2, which is super exciting. And there's a lot more work to do, but I'm officially halfway for what my goal was for this draft, which is 80K. And I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get there. I do know there are still more scenes that I've never drafted that need to be added in my act 2, but my act 3 is mostly gonna be very similar. I'm sure I'm gonna want to rework some scenes and like just make it generally better, but the actual content is mostly going to be the same, other than I'm gonna have to rework a certain character because they changed a little bit. I'm really excited. This has been taking longer than expected, but with all things considered, for how weird this year has been for me, how I've like had 3 different deaths in the family, and I've just, been dealing with my normal chronic illness things, with a full-time job, I think I'm doing a great job. I gotta give myself a pat on the back for making progress, and I really hope that it doesn't take me till the end of the year to finish draft 2. Like, that will be so annoying. But I do think this is going to be the more heavy lifting draft. Like, obviously, draft 1 was the biggest heavy lifting because we had to get so many words on the page that were never there. It was a blank document. But for this one, so much new material that I ended up planning, which was exciting. But drafts 3 and so on will hopefully be less time consuming, because it's going to hopefully be mostly fixing what's already there and not adding a million more scenes. I'm sure there'll be things along the way, but hopefully not as big of a heavy lift. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This vlog was only like a week long, maybe. I don't know when I started, but it wasn't that long. Subscribe if you are interested in hearing more about this book, or maybe I'll make another booktube video. We'll see. I don't know. Right now I've just been super into writing, but I did finish a book today. I read A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, 5 out of 5 stars. I never read this one for some reason. I've read the first 2 in the Shades of Magic trilogy twice, with intention to finally read the third one, and then I never did. So this time I was just like, I remember the first 2. Let me just finally read the third one, and it was so good. So I'm gonna hopefully go and read for the rest of the night. I might start the next one. That's the start of a new trilogy in the same world as Shades of Magic, like Fragile Threads of Power or something. It's such an ugly book. I'm so sorry. I hate that cover so much that I went and got the British one, so because it matches the old covers, and I love the old covers. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you've been working on lately if you have been, and goodbye.
Shelby Park after